your filter.
Oh, yay. Love that. All right.
Yeah.
So let's get started with 2 Corinthians 7:14. For if I have boasted anything to him of you, I am not ashamed. But as we spake all things to you in truth, even so our boasting, which I made before Titus, is found a truth. And his this only went to 16. I should have kept on going yesterday. That's okay. And his inward affliction is more abundant towards you. Oh wait, did we go to 8? Moreover, brethren, we do the grace of God bestow. Oh no, we didn't. Okay. Just making sure. Whoops. Just making sure. Okay. So we're back. And his inward affection is more abundant towards you. Withest his remembereth the obedience of you all, how with fear and trembling ye received him. I rejoice therefore that I have confidence in you in all things. I feel like if we go back to all the things that we've been talking about that we talked about yesterday in the first part of 7, that's kind of the culmination of when we're functioning from being in right standings before God. That's the boast. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're always functioning from and in, right? When we're plugged in, we're functioning from love. And that is that aspect of the fear and the trembling, which goes back to not fear like, but like, oh my gosh, I can feel this in my body. This is so good. It's the truth. And like the desire to be hearkenly aware, because remember, obedience actually means hearkenly aware. I'm paying very close attention to what I'm being told or what I'm being told. Okay. Sweet. All right. Moreover, brethren, we do ye to wit of the grace of God bestow on the churches of Macedonia, how that in a great trial of affliction, the abundance of their joy and their deep poverty abound unto the riches of their liberty. Liberty, guys, freedom. For to their power I bear record. Yea, and beyond their power, they were willing of themselves, praying us with much entreaty, entreaty. Okay, we're looking it up. Comfort, consultation, exaltation. Did I say exaltation? Exhortation. So let's go back up here. Calling there because I'm not understanding what it means in that particular chapter or verse. Supplication, admiration, encouragement, consultation, comfort, solace. Okay, so let me reread that. Praying us with comfort that we would receive the gift and take upon us the fellowship of the ministries to the saints. And this they did not as we hoped, but first gave their own selves to the Lord and unto us by the will of God. In so much that we desire Titus, that as he had begun, so he would also finish in you the same grace also. Therefore, as ye abound in everything, in faith and utterance and knowledge and all diligence, and in your love to us, see that ye abound in this grace also. Guys, I keep going. Am I supposed to say something about this? Am I supposed to say something about this? This is really, he's just reiterating the same thing. When we're plugged in, we're a contribution to other people. When we're plugged in, we're functioning from faith. When we're plugged in, we're functioning from knowledge. When we're plugged in, we're functioning from diligence. When we're plugged in, we function from love. It abounds in grace. And then, guys, it doesn't matter what's going on out here in our physical. This is in alignment because this is in alignment. Okay, that's the bottom line. When this is in alignment, this is in alignment, regardless of how it's perceived, right? And that goes right back to the conversation we were having about the different levels of consciousness. Okay, I spake not by commandment, but by occasion of the forwardness of others, and to prove the sincerity of your love. For ye know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, that though he was rich, yet for our sakes he became poor, that ye through his poverty might be rich. And herein I gave my advice, for this is expectant of you, for you, who has begun before not only to do, but also to be forward a year ago. Okay. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. And this goes back to what it was talking about in the last chapter about liberty, right? Jesus came to set the captives free. Are you free? Are you free to be rich? Are you free to be poor? Because you're never free to be rich if you're not free to be poor. Are you free to be loved? Because if you're not free to be judged, you're not free to be loved. Are you free to, what was the other one? Oh, please. Give my advice, expected of you who began for, okay, no, not there. Where was it? Became poor, the forwardness of others. Oh, sincere. If you are not free to be insincere, you can't be sincere because you'll always be wondering if you're insincere, right? So guys, this goes back to liberty. It goes back to freedom. Are you free? Freedom is a two-sided coin. Are you free to be selfish? Because you're never free to not be selfish unless you're free to be selfish, right? But when we look at selfish from the perspective that contributes, that is the fullness of us, it's the selfishness to say, hey, you know what? This is what God told me. Hey, you know what? This isn't about anyone else. This is about like, I have to line up with God first. That's my selfishness, right? But if I'm not willing to do that, I can never really contribute freely, right? Because then I'm always wondering if people see my sincerity, if people see my rich, if people see my, what was the other one? Knowledge or whatever it was, right? Are you guys catching this? Okay. And where it talks about, so it talks about in 8, the forwardness, and then it talks about in 10, be forward a year ago. Okay. I love the play on words with this because past, present, and future. I'm already in right standings, past, present, and future. That was the proof of what Christ did on the cross. I'm already in right standings, past, present, and future. So I can look back and I can look ahead, and I'm always in right standings. And if I'm in right standings, then it doesn't matter what's being perceived out here. It doesn't matter if somebody thinks I'm poor. It doesn't matter if somebody thinks I'm rich, right? Because guys, do you know, as believers or as heart-centered people, that sometimes we feel guilty having a lot of money because we're afraid people might think we're greedy? That prevents us from having more, right? Not everyone, but that's a thing. So if you desire to have more, you have to get to a place where you're free to let people think you're greedy, right? It's freedom is freedom is freedom. Okay. Now, therefore, perform the doing of it, that as there was a readiness to will, so there may be performance also out of that which ye have. For if there be first a willing mind, it is accepted according to that a man hath, and not according to what he hath not. Guys, do you want to talk about manifestation? In fact, I really, really, really want to do a section on the parable of the talents, because the parable of the talents is my favorite parable, in my favorite section. I think if we just took that section of the Bible and really understood it, then everything else would make sense from the perspective of manifestation. Because what this is saying is, when we're plugged in, it doesn't matter what we do. Okay? Because plugged in makes us already in right standings. I'm no longer afraid to be judged, because everything I'm doing is according to what God is telling me. And for if there is first a willingness of what? Mind. It is accepted according to that a man has, not what he doesn't have. Right? So guys, what do you have? You have a mind. You have willingness. You have capacity. You have the power to create. If you don't know you have the power to create, you can't create. If you do not know that you have the power to create, you can't create. Not in freedom. I mean, we can create through our self-will, but that's filling the notness, right? So, example. I love to use this example, but I won't say their name, because I read this quote that so many famous people are quoted, like misquoted. So I won't say who said it, because I don't know if it's real. But I know for me, I'll just speak for myself. Great idea, Lori. Speak for yourself. I remember when I had a really nice house and a really nice car and a lot of money, and I had a really nice body, and I sat a lot of time making sure that I kept all the plates spinning so that I didn't lose it all. So I didn't lose my house. So I didn't lose my car. I had to keep working. I had to keep pursuing. I had to keep achieving. I had to keep going. I had to keep working out. I had to keep dieting. I had to keep doing all the things to stay perfect. Guys, that's not freedom. I had all the physical stuff, but it wasn't freedom. Why? Because I was afraid to lose it. Therefore, I was always toiling in my need to keep it. Freedom is, I have it, I don't have it. It doesn't change who I am. I have the car, I don't have the car. It doesn't change who I am. I have the job, I don't have the job. It doesn't change who I am. I have the followers, I don't have the followers. It doesn't change who I am. I'm okay regardless of how many followers. I'm okay regardless of how much money in the bank. I'm okay regardless. And when I start functioning from that place as the creator, now I create anything. And this is what was so sexy about Jesus, right? This is why it talks about, up wherever it talked about the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. What is the grace? Well, remember what grace is. It's taking the place of the lack, right? It doesn't matter that your human doesn't have that. Go create it, right? When Jesus was like, or when the apostles came to, or the disciples came to Jesus and they're like, dude, we have to pay our taxes. He's like, all right, cool, go pay it. They're like, but we don't have enough money. And he's like, dope, go to the river, get a fish, pull a coin out, and go give it to Caesar. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, right? That is the understanding of our created identity, our identity as divine creator. Now, am I God? No. But do I possess everything that God is as a creator? Yes. And I came to the planet to create what I came to the planet to create. Yes, this is how we get to function from the essence of our identity as God, but we don't have to be God. I don't want to be God. I don't want to keep track of everyone else's shit. I just want to mind my own business, know my identity, create from that place of plugged in, because now I'm in alignment. And now, if I'm in alignment, it doesn't matter what people say about me, whether it be I don't have enough or whether it be I have too much. Because for somebody, I'll always have too much and I'll always have not enough. Yes? Okay. So we're given according to we're given according to what we have already, right? And this is what I love about the parable of the talents, right? Because what did it say? Oh, you took care of a little, I'm going to give you more. Oh, you took care of a little, I'm going to give you more. Oh, you didn't take care of what I already gave you? Even what you have now is taken away. Yes? Hold on. The dog just opened the door. I talk really loud, so I have to keep the door shut. Otherwise, I disturb people. All right. So, for I mean not that other men be eased and ye burdened, but by an equality, that now that this time your abundance may be supplied for their want, that their abundance also may be supplied for your want, that there may be equality. As it is written, he that has gathered much has nothing over, and he that has gathered little has no lack. Okay, there's two things going on here. Okay. Oh, this is really cool. Okay, depending on my level of consciousness, I could read that and say, oh, this is in support of socialism. This is like if somebody has 10 cows and somebody over there only has one cow, then the person with 10 cows should give part of their cows to the person with one cow. So everybody's equal. Okay. Now, if I'm functioning from myself as the creator and I have 10 cows and I look over at somebody with one cow, I'm not like going, oh, they lack. I should give them some of my cows because they lack. Well, now I'm actually functioning from a lack mentality because I see their lack. Or I could go, you know what? I have 10 cows. If they had 4 more cows, they could make their cows do it and make more cows. That would be awesome. I think I'm going to give them 4 cows, right? Now it's no problem because guess what? I'm going to make more cows. They're going to make more cows. It's all good. I'm not in a mentality that, ooh, I have more than they do. So I should be their God. Do you guys get that? Like when we're functioning from a lack mentality, this is actually where our self-righteousness and our spiritual righteousness comes from, that we're better or more than this person. Do you guys get that? But if we go back to we're 100% human and 100% spirit, spirit says same. Oh, are you guys ready for this one? I love you. Okay, are you ready? If you are a tax-paying citizen and you vote and you mow your lawn to the quarter of an inch that your grass is supposed to be mowed to, and you only ever decorate after Thanksgiving, and your Christmas decorations are down the day, January 1st, and your kids all went to Ivy League colleges, do you know that you're no better than the crack whore laying on the street with her skirt pulled up, no panties, and a needle hanging out of her arm. It's hard for us to swallow, guys. No better, because spirit side, same. We all were crucified with Christ. Every single one of us. We all live as rephrasing. We are all already in right standings. Now, do we all live that way? No, that's consciousness. That's free will. I don't have the free will to be in right standings before God. I have the free will to exercise it. Now, could I say that I'm better at paying my taxes? Sure. Because if I pay my taxes and somebody else doesn't, I am better at paying my taxes. Does that make me better? No. It just says I have a skill. Okay, guys, are you ready for this? Are you ready? Are you guys ready for this? Do you know that skill to pay my taxes better than someone else is a gift from God? This is why I can't boast about even paying my taxes better. Now, could I say, guys, I was given the gift of paying taxes. Guys, come here. Let me teach you. Guys, come over here. No, I want your attention because God has gifted me with the ability to pay my taxes. Let me teach you how to be good at paying your taxes. I can be an invitation from my gift. But if I'm over here going, hello, stupid people who don't pay your taxes. Yeah, I'm better than you. And so you are a drain on society. And so come over here so I can teach you how to pay your taxes so you're not a drain on society so that we can all function better. Okay. Okay. It's a little bit different energy, guys. Same thing. Believe it or not, my physical action, same thing. Let me teach you how to do your taxes. But one is from love and one is from the absence of love. Now, guys, again, in this container, what do we consider love? Integration. Integration. What does that mean? The integration of same, and different. Okay. If I'm only functioning from same, okay, hear me well on this one. This is really sexy. Okay. If I'm functioning from same, then I go, ooh, okay, we're both the same. I pay taxes and they don't, but we're still the same. Then I sit quiet because we're the same. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. We're the same. God's going to take care of them. It's no problem. I'm going to pay my taxes and they're not. Right? But they don't know how to pay their taxes because if they knew how to pay their taxes, they would. Yes? So far, so good. That's not love. That's not love because I've been given a gift that I am not using. I'm actually taking my gift and I'm burying it. Do you guys get this? This is what I love about the parable of the talents. I was given a gift. Now, people would go, Lori, the skill of paying your taxes is just writing a check. No, it's a mentality. It's a psychological skill. Do you know how many people get pissed off about paying their taxes? Do you know how many people don't want to pay their taxes? Do you know how many people think the government is an asshole? This is a consciousness level that I have been gifted to actually see and perceive the value of my contribution in taxes. Yes? So now, if I recognize how I'm different, I have been gifted a consciousness that understands my contribution when I pay taxes. Guys, come here. Let me teach you. Guys, let me teach you how to also be this contribution. Right? Because here's both sides. If we're same, I bury my talent. If we're only different, now you're a piece of shit because you don't pay your taxes. If, however, we integrate, we're same. And I have been gifted with the ability to pay taxes, having a psychological capacity to understand my contribution in paying taxes, not that the government is taking something from me. That's a level of consciousness, guys. I have been gifted with my level of consciousness. Now integrated, same, and I have a gift that I would like to overflow onto other people. Now I'm integrated. That's love. Do you see how either one by itself isn't love? So cool, right? This is so freaking cool. Man, I love this. All right. But thanks be to God, which is the same, earnest and intense. For indeed he accepted exhortation, but being more forward of his own accord, he went unto you. And we have sent with him the brother who was praised in the gospel throughout all the churches, and not that only, but who was also chosen of the churches to travel with us with this grace, which is administered by us to the glory of the same Lord and declaration of your ready mind. Ready mind, guys. Ready mind. A ready mind. What is that? A plugged in mind. Guys, this is where one of the coolest ways to receive is to understand, right? Here we go again. Both sides. We have to have both sides to really embody this. Are you ready? My spirit side already has everything it needs. But if my human side doesn't say, I don't know what I don't know, there's no space to receive more. But if I'm functioning in the I don't know what I don't know, I don't have, I lack, then I'm not functioning from what I have. But if I'm functioning from what I have and I don't make space for what I don't have, then I block receiving. Two sides, one coin. Two sides, one coin. I'm 100% spirit that is already perfect and has everything it needs. And capital A, capital N, capital D, and I am also 100% human. I don't know what I don't know, and I will always lack. Why? Because Jesus came to give life, the understanding of our spirit, and life more abundant, the understanding of our human. Because complete can't be more abundant because it's complete. Yes. But without life, it can't be more abundant because there's no foundation. Isn't this cool, guys? Do you see the value of integration? Do you see the value of both sides of the pendulum? And if I don't have both sides, I'm not functioning from the fullness of me. Jesus didn't come to abolish the law. He came to fulfill it. Both sides, two sides, 100% human, 100% spirit. Cool, right? So guys, the whole point of that, ready mind. What is my ready mind? Ooh, there's more. Ooh, I think I know God. Till I'm walking on water, I don't really know God. Now, do I know God as much as I can know today? Do I know more than I did yesterday? Yes. Do I know everything I'm supposed to know in this moment? Yes. Is there more? Always. Always. It's an ever unfolding in my human, myself as the identity of the creator. Life, understanding that I am the identity of the creator, more abundant. There's always more for me to know in my identity as the creator. Yeah, that's a ready mind, consciousness. Guys, the only place that I can be in two completely different worlds at the same time is in my consciousness. My human can only be in one place at one time. Do you guys get that? My human chooses to be finite, to be in one place at one time. I choose to be right here, right now. There's people in my house. I could be downstairs with the other people, but I'm choosing to be here. Now, if I desire, my spirit could be thinking about what I'm missing out on downstairs by being here, right? Or I can be fully here. I choose this. I choose to be right here, right now. I don't care what's going on downstairs. Why? Because I chose this. I freely chose to be right here, right now. Therefore, guess what? I can't miss out. I cannot miss out because I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And if we, I'm using the word serve, if we serve a good God, he wouldn't let me miss out. Before the foundations of the earth, he already knew the good works we would do according to his good pleasure. I can't miss out. I can't miss out on anything, guys. It doesn't matter where I'm at. If I'm choosing to be right here and be present, then whatever else is going on is none of my business. This is my business, right? But do you see how we can separate my human from my consciousness? My spirit can be over there, my human can be here. Or I can integrate. And then guess what? My human and my spirit are in one place. And now everything that I'm gaining here is eternal because it's life and life more abundant. And I can't miss out. Cool, right? Okay. Avoiding this, that no man should blame us in this abundance which is administered by us, providing for honest things, not only in the sight of the Lord, but also in the sight of men. And we have sent them, and we have sent with them our brother, whom we have oftentimes proved diligent in many things, but now much more diligent upon the great confidence which I have in you. Whether any do acquire of Titus, he is my partner and fellow helper concerning you, or our brethren be acquired of, they are the messengers of the churches and the glory of Christ. Wherefore show ye to them and before the churches the proof of your love and of our boasting of your on your behalf. All right. And we have sent with them. I'm just going back over this because I'm like, okay, God, what do you want to tell us about this? What do you want to tell us in reference to what we've been talking about? Okay, here's the words that are popping out. Okay. The no man should blame us in this abundance. So I feel like sometimes when somebody is doing God's work and we have been taught that you shouldn't prosper in doing God's work, right? So a pastor shouldn't be rich. Well, then how do you do God's work and live in abundance? Right? Then you can't. If we have that mentality, you can't do God's work and prosper. Okay, well, then it's not life and life more abundant. Right? Now, there's a little story that some people like to quote and say, this is why God's people should be poor. It says, give up all your material riches. Well, Jesus was using that as an example to show the rich young ruler that his heart was not in the right place. Okay. What is the right place? Already in right standings before God as the creator. Right? If the rich young ruler truly knew his identity, he'd be like, take it all. I'll just go get more. It's no problem. Yeah, take it all. I just want to follow Jesus. And if I have to pay taxes, I'll go down to the river. I'll get a fish. I'll pull out coin. I'll give it to Caesar. It's no problem. Right? Jesus wasn't saying you can't have shit. Right? Look at all of our forefathers. Every single one of them, filthy, stinking rich. Right? The point that Jesus was making is, where's your heart? Where's your heart? Is it plugged into you as the creator? Is it plugged into your identity? Or is it plugged into your earthly things that you think are what give you value? If I take your house, do you feel like you have less value? If you have to give up all your money, do you feel like you would lack? Guys, that's the fear that we were talking about just a little bit ago. That's the fear of losing your material shit, because you think that it's your material stuff that actually makes you okay or keeps you safe. And this is where, when the Bible talks about you can't love God and money, and you can only have one master, either your provision and protection comes from God or it comes from the physical. This is all that whole thing is talking about. Where's your heart? Plugged in or not plugged in? Understanding who you are as a son or daughter of the King, or feeling separate, that you have to create your wealth and your sustenance on your own. Where's your heart? Right? So if you are called to do something for God and you want to make a fuck ton of money, yep, where's your heart? Is it your client that's giving you money, or is it God that's using that person to bring money into your life? Do you guys get this? Are you functioning from need, or are you functioning from what you contribute? Because if you're functioning from what you contribute, you can never outgive God. The giver is the receiver, and the receiver is the giver, right? And the more you overflow, the more there is for you to receive, right? So, I don't know if that's really what that meant, but that's what God wanted to talk about. So you're welcome. Here was the other thing, providing for honest things. And this goes right back to, are you being honest in who you are and what you have to offer? Are you just contributing from the honest place of, hey, this is what God gave me. Do you want some? Like, this is what we're talking about. Are you doing the work that you do? Are you doing the things that you do? Are you even doing favors from a place of, oh, I have 10 cows and you have one. Let me give you some cows. Or are you doing it to manipulate and like earn someone's liking or value because, ooh, you're so great. You gave somebody 4 cows. Or are you going, I have 10 cows. Dude, if I give you 4, we both benefit. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay, diligent is popping out. Diligent. What's diligent? Are do you continue to do what you do in relationship to this? Or are you doing what you're doing and going, oh, I'm not getting any results, I'm going to stop? Right? Are you giving unto the Lord, or are you giving to get back? Really good indicator of where your heart is. Great confidence. What's the great confidence? I'm plugged in. I'm already in right standings. I'm made in the image of God, and now I can just live my life from there. God takes care of all the rest. I just have to be in alignment with being plugged in and who he's made me to be. What are the gifts he gave me, and am I sharing them? Oh, and I love how it says they are messengers of the churches and the glory of Christ. Sometimes we separate like ministry and secular functioning. Sometimes we separate ministry and secular functioning. If you're a realtor, you're in ministry. If you're plugged in and you want to just love people, you just happen to do it through selling houses. If you sell telephones and you get on the phone and you're kind and you're loving, and people go, man, I can't wait to talk to that person again. I don't know what it was when I hung up the phone. I just felt really, really good. That's ministry. If you sell tile and somebody comes in and they're like, oh, I've been looking forward to talking to you. I don't know what it is, but every time I leave, after I buy some tile, I just feel really good. That's ministry. Yeah. If you're a mom at home and you get yourself all squared up every day and you're present with your kids and you love them, that's ministry. If you're at the grocery store and the cashier is having a bad day and you look at their name tag and you go, hey, Sally, I'm really glad you're here today. I wouldn't be able to buy my groceries if you weren't here today. I really appreciate you. That's ministry. That's ministry. Are you plugged in? Do you love people? Period. That's ministry. Yeah. Okay. Um, and we show you to them before the churches the proof of your love and of our boasting of on your behalf. Right. I kind of feel like in that last verse, it's like God going, yeah, I boast in your behalf. Like I tell everyone how loving you are. Now just go be love. Prove how loved you know you are by loving other people. Now, it's not go prove it. When you love, that is the proof that you know you're already in right standings. It's cause and effect. It's not, I'm trying to prove. It's cause and effect. When you know you're loved, you will love. If you're hurting other people, chances are you're probably in a place where you don't know that you're loved. Now, I'm not talking about the hurting other people like we talked about before, where you're just in alignment with God and you're saying words and somebody goes, I'm offended. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you're acting like a douche. Okay. All right. So 1 Corinthians 9. I'm not sure what time we started, but I feel like we're going to stop here because this is a really good time because then it's chapter 9. So we are going to do chapter 9 tomorrow. And I think, guys, I might do, I have to put up the schedule, but I think that I will do a morning and then the regular one at 2:00. So, okay. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for indulging our conversation in the beginning that I kind of went off track because I wanted to talk about what was currently going on in my world, because I think that's important too. We can talk about this all day long, but if we don't understand some of the application behind it, it's less valuable. So, anyway, all right. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you soon.